If you're brazen enough to enter into someone's residence and it is not yours with intent to commit an unlawful act, there may be repercussions. We live in Florida, and more so we live in Polk County, and most people are armed.
Remains behind bars tonight on murder charges. The 22-year-old is accused in the shooting death of another man who was allegedly breaking into his home.
The case is now raising a lot of questions about why the charges are so severe. CTV's John Musselman's in Milton tonight. John, what's the lawyer for the accused saying?
Well, Nathan, the lawyer is saying his client shouldn't be facing a murder charge because he was defending his life and his mother's life. Neighbors on this Milton Street are still reeling after a man was shot dead inside this home on Sunday night. We don't know the victim's name, but it's believed he was one of the suspects involved in an alleged home invasion. He was shot and killed by a 22-year-old man who lives here with his mother.
It's still tragic, both sides. Life is precious, anyone's life, but it's not what you would expect.
The accused man has been identified as Ali Mian. Neighbors say he is a college student, describing him as pleasant and friendly. Mian has been charged with second-degree murder. Jag Verk is his defense lawyer.
He definitely has a right to defend himself, and that's going to be his defense. Obviously, it's self-defense, right? Armed intruders in his home invasion, and defending himself and his mother. So we'll see what happens.
Verk claims his client is a registered firearm owner and used his gun legally. The accused has no prior criminal history, according to a record search at the Milton courthouse. Criminal defense lawyer Ari Goldkind says the so-called stand your ground defense is common in U.S. states like Florida, but the laws are different here.
But we certainly have a right to reasonable self-defense. This was a lawfully possessed firearm on the information we're told. One shot, and only one shot, was fired by this accused murderer to a number of home invaders in a story that tells us multiple shots were fired.
In Canada, under Section 34 of the Criminal Code, it states a person is not guilty of an offense if the act that constitutes the offense is committed for the purpose of defending or protecting themselves or the other person from that use or threat of force. Also, that the act is reasonable in the circumstances. A neighbor who didn't want to be identified says the accused man's mother recently showed security video of suspects entering her backyard just last week in an attempt to get inside. They were scared off by a barking dog. Neighbors think it is connected.
And then she came around when I came home from work and she said, this is happening, keep an eye out. She says, we're a community, we should watch out for each other.
Today, forensic investigators were combing the home for any evidence. Halton police say the investigation is ongoing and that detectives are currently looking for information pertaining to 3 outstanding suspects who they say fled the scene in a light-colored Dodge Charger with a sunroof and black wheels.
So she's now brought to...
And police tell us that one man has been arrested and he is in custody. Also, the accused in this case appeared in court today, but he has been remanded in custody until Thursday. Reporting live in Milton, I'm John Musselman. Send it back.